You wonder what happened in sports today. Brandon Petrilli, he got the wave. We talking a lot with bros today. Cracking some jokes the podcast way. Goals on goals, with homers on homers. Tutties on tutties, got moments on moments. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into Petrilli.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the BSP Podcast. I am Brendan Petrilli, and man, that sucked. For a team that gave us such an amazing run, such an amazing string of clutch hits, pitching performances, to go out with a whimper like that hurt. It hurt. There's many decisions along the way, many big at-bats that the Phillies players were coming up large to get them to the World Series. That's right, the World Series. That's where they got the World effing Series, to go 6 games, and they'll lose to the Houston Astros. It sucks. Because it puts me in a spot, honestly, right? I'm not apologizing for that run. I don't know why we would. Those people, come up short. Hey, man, you got to the dance. Everybody else, all 30 other teams came up short, too, except for one. The Houston Astros. Congratulations, World Series champs. They're a good baseball team. The thing that hurts the most, honestly, for me is you got the 2-1 lead. You had the rain delay. Set up your pitching a little bit. And to get no hit, not just to lose, but no hit, that hurts. To the last 2 games, or actually 3 games, to go 1 for 14 with runners in scoring position, that's just not going to get it done. To having Zach Wheeler, where everybody thought he was dead and done with, his arms fatigued, he's hurting, this and that, come out and just absolutely be a bulldog out there, to pull him like that after giving up a weak hit and then a guy leaning into it, just trying to get on base to get to the top of the order, hit by pitch. We'll get to that in a little bit in my breakdown of that, but just kind of recap where my head's at. Yeah, man, it sucks. I'm not going to tell you it doesn't. It absolutely sucks. But I'm happy it happened. So many great memories. Watching it with friends, family, texting with people I haven't talked with in forever about the fightings, making stupid videos. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube, my TikTok, and Instagram for all my reactions. I like doing that stuff. Let's do it again. Getting your heart ripped out, it sucks, man, but that's sports. You got to the dance, you came up short. It is what it is. I'm sitting there at Xfinity Live. I'm never watching a playoff game there. It might be fun for, regular season games. A little bit more social, Yeah, very social. It's just a lot of people who didn't give 2 Fs about the game, honestly, bro. Like, you had a handful, but it was just all, hey, how are you? Dapping each other up. Just to be seen, the cool thing to be there. And sitting around after that home run by Alvarez, people weren't hurt enough by that. Me and my buddies were. Looking around, people weren't hurt. And that's what kind of stinks because, you're going around, even before we went down there, Me and my buddies are getting in the car, and some random guy in his truck, I think he was doing leaves, going around and just working on people's houses, putting the leaves in the street, getting rid of leaves. And he goes, him and his son go, "Hey, you guys going down? Watch the game somewhere? How about those Phillies? You go around, hey, how about the Fightins? How about the Eagles? The Union even got some love. That was another heartbreak. Such on brand with Philly. They'll lose 2 world championships in the matter of hours. But the way that it brings the city together, it's special. And for all the people that hate on that, you just don't get it. You've never experienced what we have here, and it's awesome, and I love it. No other place I'd rather be is with people that get it like this. You have some other cities, but not the same. It's not. I have buddies that come and hang out. And they know. They see the difference. So it stinks. It means more to us losing like that. They get so close. But let's kind of dive into the games a little bit, because I had Hunter Brody on. Shout out Broads. Yeah, he was awesome. I hope everybody enjoyed that episode. I think it turned out real well. Hopefully, Broads and I can keep doing stuff as we move throughout here. So, which I'm very excited about. Guy's a monster. Make sure you go subscribe to his TikTok and YouTube and everything, Twitter. I help Broads out with that stuff. It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, subscribe to this. Finally get to kind of relax a little bit. There's not a game every night anymore, which is nice for me a little bit. It's been a very busy past month or two, trying to keep up with all the different content between my stuff, Cold One Conversations. Make sure you go check that out too. We're still going strong with that, of course, making you money with Harry Heats, doing stuff for Broads, the Farsi Show, working for the Fanatic and MMR. It's been wild. It's been a lot of fun. Nothing better for business than winning. And sometimes nothing better for you sick bastards out there watching for reactions like this, just the defeat. So, I thought I might cry, honestly. I definitely did after the game. I thought I might talking about it now, but I'm holding it together. I'm just tired at this point, just it was such an awesome and fun run energy-wise that it's just you're burnt, The Eagles, hey man, 8-0. We'll get ramped back up with them. Sixers, figuring out the the Flyers, winning some games. So let's get into the games a little bit here, right? You can talk about the no-hitter all we want. It was just bad baseball, honestly. I mean, the guy pitched well. They couldn't hit a 94-mile-per-hour fastball to save their lives. I mean, the Phillies have just absolutely struggled with that high fastball up and away. Even Bryce Harper, he can't really hit it that well. Brandon Marsh sure can't. But my biggest takeaway from the last couple losses were, I'm not hating on Rob Thompson whatsoever. I mean, the guy, Philly Rock, baby, he turned the season around. For all the people that want to say, oh, how much can a coach really do for a team, blah, yada, 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 you can tell the guy made an impact, the way all the guys talk about him. The way he controls that locker room, gets the best out of players, giving guys chances where, Joe Girardi wouldn't have. That's what flipped the whole season around on its head. But I think he kind of got caught up in having too much of a plan going into these games. Going, okay, this situation, with this and that, we're bringing this guy in to pitch, Had it all pre-planned. Didn't really have a feel for it. And you saw that no more than in the very last game. Wheeler hits a little bit of a rough spot, but the guy's absolutely dealing. He's your ace. Yeah, you thought he might be hurt, but obviously he didn't show it. And you saw multiple times throughout this series, from even game one, bringing in Ranger for Yordan Alvarez, bringing in Jose Alvarado for Yordan Alvarez. It was matchup based. They wanted to shut that guy down in high leverage situations. But the last 2 games, bringing in Jose with 2 runners on, bases loaded, no outs, that's a tough ask for any pitcher, let alone one of your top guys is back there. bringing in anybody with the bases juiced, 2 runners on. The other team's got all the momentum. That was just bad feel by Rob Thompson. I don't blame him for bringing in Jose in any of those spots because you do trust that guy. He's one of the main reasons you got this far, him and Sir Anthony and that bullpen. I don't blame him for doing it. I just feel that his feel could have been better on the situations. Where you saw on the flip side, Dusty Baker let Justin Verlander kind of go out there. Now, it bit him in the butt a couple times. He said, Lance McCullers, hey, I'm just trying I felt bad for the guy, but I'm just trying to save my bullpen a little bit. I'm trying to do what's best for the team. And I think Rob Thompson kind of did what's best for the matchups, trying to do what's best for the team. But it just, when it came down to it, you leave that guy in there. It's the World Series, Game 6. Everything's on the line. Your best guy versus their best guy. And now that's what you did with Jose there, too. He's 99 right down the chute to the best hitter in baseball right now. It's just not going to work. And, man, did he hit an absolute bullet and a rocket over center field fence. Now, the pitching's not why you lost. It's not why you lost those games. It's why you got it's not why. That bullpen game, they should have won against Justin Verlander. Couldn't drive anybody in. Only getting 1 run in an elimination game. Getting no hit 3 nights before that. Why'd you win that first game? You came back from 5-0. The bats were hot. Why'd you win game 3? You hit 5 home runs in a playoff game. First team to ever do that in the history of baseball. It's because the bats got you there. The bats went silent. Dingerdelphia went silent, and that's why you lost. The pitching held you in there. That bullpen game, they held you in there. They gave you opportunities, but it's Hoskins. It's Nick Castellanos. JT to a certain extent. He got robbed a couple times. But it's Brandon Marsh. It's Gene Segura. Gene had the 1 RBI single. But other than that, didn't do jack. It was the missed opportunities other than Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper. When they were winning ball games, it started out. The very first win against the St. Louis Cardinals, it was a team effort. It was the bottom of the order guys getting on base. Getting up for your big guys to knock them in. They weren't doing that. And then when you can just go and pitch around Schwarber and Harper like that, and go ahead, walk. Go ahead, single. Go for it. Kyle Schwarber absolutely mashed the ball. But when it's solo shots, what does that mean? Nothing. All they got to do is get a runner on and let one of their big boys hit one out. And all of a sudden, they're winning again. They were getting on base. They were playing situational baseball well. Moving, hitting runs. The Phillies just couldn't get on. So many strikeouts. So many guys left on base. And huge opportunities. That's kind of where it is, man. I don't want to say thank you, Phillies, because I think it's a little cliche, but that was awesome. That was a lot of fun. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, the way sports work out, Go from the top of the mountain to playing in an awesome opportunity till you lose. You win some, you lose some, man. I'm not saying that. Loser talk. Hey, the Astros outplayed the Phillies. I'm saying, hey, we need to win 2 games. They didn't win 2 games. They got outmatched. Bats didn't get it done. Sucks. But kind of where it moves forward now, what I did like hearing from Rob Thompson at the end of his post-game press conferences, they think this is very sustainable, which I think it is. This team can be very good. Now, I mean, you still got the Mets and the Braves that are 2 very, very good teams that are going to try to reload and make their teams even better. But I like just what I've always been saying this season. Just get in, get me an opportunity, and you got your guys that can make it happen. Now you know that you can make this run. John Middleton knows that he can put his faith in guys like Bryce Harper, Rob Thompson, Kyle Schwarber, and go get them other guys, whether it's another bullpen arm, another starting pitcher, maybe, a shortstop. I like Gene, making a lot of money. He's getting older. I'd rather put Bryson Stott at second. Give me Trey Turner, somebody. Xander Bogaerts. You need a guy that gets on base, a leadoff hitter. Kyle Schwarber's not going to be leading off next year. No shot and no chance. It'll be Bryce Harper batting third, Kyle Schwarber batting fourth, or vice versa. Maybe even put one of them second, the other third or fourth. But they need a leadoff hitter. Where does that leave Rhys Hoskins? Everybody knows, been following. I'm a big Rhys guy. Big Rhys guy. Say it over and over again. The guy is the hottest guy on the planet for about a week or two. And then he's the coldest for months. And that's exactly how it played out again. He got you the big hits in the NLCS, NLDS, but his glove is atrocious. He strikes out 4 times in a clinching game. 4 fucking times. Makes an error that they didn't call an error. That's bullshit. Baseball sucks with that nowadays. They'd rather give you the benefit of the doubt and call it a hit. That was an error at first base. Should have thrown Jose Altuve out going home. He can't dig balls out. He can't make routine plays. He can't throw the ball. But his bat, he's got a good bat. He's got a year left of arbitration eligibility, and who knows what happens with him. I rather bring up the young guy in Derek Cole and let him play. You're going to get the same exact shit that you're going to get from Rhys Hoskins. Maybe not the electricity factor that you'll get for a week or two, but he'll be more consistent. You saw what happened with Didi Gregorius and Bryson Stott. You let the young guy play and see how he's grown tremendously. Derek Hall's way cheaper, younger, a lefty bat that you need to lengthen this lineup. It's just checking all the boxes and making too much sense. Now, I love Rhys as a person. The philanthropy that him and his wife does. His wife seems like an absolute homie, buying the boys beers. But when it comes down to it, he's not worth the money that he's going to get as a Scott Boras agent, client. He's just not. He's a good player. He'll get you 30 home runs, but strike out 120 times or whatever. That's just not worth it. And with the looking at, I was listening to the Fanatic, Tyler Zulli. Shout out Tyler. I don't know what's going on with this situation. I hope everything works out for him, but it seems like he's taking a step back a little bit. I wish nothing but the best for Tyler, but he's listing off all of the free agent first basemen. It's ugly. It's absolutely ugly this offseason. So if you can go and flip a Rhys Hoskins for a bullpen starting pitcher for a team that can use him just as a DH, I think that makes perfect sense. Rhys, it's a business decision. Everybody seems to love him in that clubhouse. Bryce does, Schwarber, all the guys do. But it is what it is. That's the way the professional sports work. They always say after the end of this is the last time this team will probably play together, which is true. Guys move on, guys get hurt, guys retire, people get cut, traded, you sign new players. It is what it is. And I think it's time for Rhys to go. I don't think that's a hot take anymore. I think everybody's kind of tilting that way. But just remember, I've been saying it for months. So don't like doing I told you so. But after that, they like the young guys and Mick Gable and Andrew Painter. Rob Thompson was saying that. They got some good arms down there. They even got the one other guy, I forget his name, but you got some really good young arms in AA and AAA that can come in and fill that, that 4-5 spot for you with, going Wheeler, Nola, Ranger. Even maybe go to a 6-man rotation, kind of lengthen out your arms. Because you saw how much that affected Wheeler and Nola come playoff time. Give them a little bit of a break throughout the regular season. Because you see, the regular season doesn't really mean jack. As long as you get in. So, I like where this team's at. I like where we're moving forward. I think John Middleton's going to open up the wallet even more, that cigar money, and spend more stupid money. Because he's seen, and his guys, his leaders, that they can do it. They know what they need now after you went on this almost improbable run. You saw the flaws, you saw the strengths, the weaknesses, and now they got the money to go and fix it. You got a great GM that's not afraid to make big moves, to make things happen. I think you got the owner hugging Bryce Harper saying he's underpaid, telling your player that, I'm underpaying you at $330 million, that he's going to go listen to his guys and go get the guys that he wants. It's not a coincidence that Bryce Harper, when he was hurt up in the booth with Kruk and Tom McCarthy saying, yeah, my favorite guy right now is Trey Turner in the league. So it happens he's a free agent. There were boys in D.C. Make it happen. Go get them. After that, we'll see. I like where the young guys are at pitching-wise. Go get maybe a bullpen arm. Trade Rhys Hoskins. Get a shortstop. Get an arm or two. And this team's ready to rock and roll for next year. Hopefully go on another run. That's what sucks about this, right? Yeah, you weren't supposed to get there. Weren't supposed to get there, but you had the longest chance. You were underdogs the whole time. Everybody's, look at all the money you spent, blah, blah, blah. But when you look at it, Vegas, that's all you need to see is nobody was counting on them to get that far. And when you get there, you got to win, man, because it's so hard to get there again. Things happen, like I've been saying. And when you get there, you got to win it. And that's why it hurts so much. Yes, who knows? We've seen for over a decade. I was like 11 years old the last time I saw meaningful baseball like this. Butt clenching, sweating it out, absolutely holding on to every pitch. It's been a decade, and to get there and to lose it hurts. Now, you hope you can get back there. I think you can, but there's no guarantee in professional sports. That's why it hurts so much. I hope that was good for everybody out there listening. Thank you all for tuning into another episode of the BSP Podcast. I'm Brendan Petrilli. Go subscribe, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Brendan Petrilli. Subscribe, click the button. Philly versus everybody. The Fightins, it is what it is, man. Shout out 2-5. Go Birds, baby. Picking them up. 8-0. We're probably I'm not even going to say. See everybody.